In this video, we're going to work with scientific notation to calculate population increase using a percent growth rate. Now, the key thing is to understand is we're going to be working with scientific notation. So here's the question. The current human population of the United States is about 310 million and is growing at an annual rate of 0.97%. If the United States population were to continue to grow at the same rate for another year would be one more year, approximately how many people would be added, keyword there, to the population? So we're going to write out the problem. So we have 310 million. Now that's 310, and if you know millions, there are 6 more places after that. So there's 310 million, and we essentially are going to multiply this by 0.97%, because 0.97% is how much the population is going to grow. Now this seems like easy, you multiply these two numbers together, but this is right here is in a percentage, and when it's in a percentage, you have to convert it to a decimal. Now you might say, oh, hey, it's already in a decimal, but if you see a percent, you have to move the decimal over 2 places. So what that means, if I've got 0.97%, you're going to divide it by 100. So divide by 100. And to divide by 100, you essentially take this decimal and you're going to move it over 2 places to the left. So 1, 2. So you're going to put another 0 there. So that's 0.0097. And we want to still multiply that by 310 million. Now, you could do this problem straight, put it in your calculator, you'd get the right answer, but that's not the point of this problem. The point of this problem is to learn how to deal with this in scientific notation. So let's rewrite these numbers in scientific notation. So what you're going to do is you're going to write the 310 million, but you're going to write, well, let's go back here. 310, you're going to go to the first non-zero digit, is between the 3 and the 1, and you're going to write 3.1 times 10. Now you have to figure out how many places it's moved over. It's not how many zeros. It's very confusing. The decimal's here at the end, right? And you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is 3.1 times 10 to the 8th. Okay, that's the number of people there are in the United States. Now, conversely, the first non-zero digit here is between the 9 and the 7. So this would be 9.7. Now, the decimal is clearly here. And I'm going to move it to the right 1, 2, 3 places. So you say times 10. Now, check it. It's going to be to the minus third because of a number smaller than 1. So we're going to essentially multiply these two numbers. So let's rewrite those numbers. So I have 3.1 times 10 to the 8th times 9.7 times 10 to the minus third. Now we're going to rearrange the factors being multiplied. So watch what I do. I'm going to take the 3.1 and I times it by the 9.7. And then I'm going to times that by 10 to the 8th times 10 to the minus third. So I've just taken the powered ones, put them together, and the numerical ones and put them together. Now if we take a calculator out and we multiply 3.1 times 9.7, we get 30.07. And we're going to say times 10. Now here's the tricky part. Not tricky at all. This is kind of cool. When you multiply exponents, you add the exponents. So instead of saying like 8 times negative 3 or something like that, you don't do that. You add them. So it'll be 8 plus negative 3. And that clearly is, well, 5. So the answer, although it's not quite in the right form, so let's talk about that. So I've got 30.07 times 10 to the 5th. Now in scientific notation, what we always do is we write the decimal after the first non-zero digit, and that's between the 3 and the first 0. So we're going to write that as 3.007 times 10. Now, since we are moving it over to the left one place, that will make this 5 a bigger number. Since we moved it over one place, it'll be times 10 to the 6th. So the answer is 3.007 times 10 to the 6th. Now, to put that in another sense that you probably know, 10 to the 6th is 1 million. So you can say 3.007 million people will be added to the United States population in that year.